Alright, so this is the video for changing the pads for the Llermuss noise isolation headphones. They are really good. I would recommend them for under 20 bucks. They have the highest noise isolation rating. But these pans are incredibly thin, and also I have changed the insides out for different kind of foam. So the outside is the same, and I added a piece of memory foam on the inside, and it helps a lot more. And then I switched it out entirely because it was the memory foam felt to be working really well. So I changed up the entire thing, and I cut out a piece like the black foam piece that comes with it, and cut it out and put it in here. So I've discovered some stuff from my old 3M work tune set, and I've modded V-Moda headphones to fit the pads that I want rather than for when I had them in the past. So yeah, I'll be doing that because it's very simple. The company itself does not have any replacements available a la carte to buy, and there are no aftermarket options either. And I'm gonna show you here why. Because of the unique design of it, so I can't find any other pads, and when I messaged them to ask for replacement, they're really nice. They sent me a new set. That's what this one is. This one is the new set. My other set is currently dismantled, so I can do this entire video thing. So I've already made one to show you, but this, where'd it go? It's right here. Because the pads don't come off great and they're not glued properly, you don't want to just pull them off as they show it in the video and instructions. You want to make a little slit, like a dip, and then use something thin to open it up, and this way it's not going to break, because my other ear pads tore up like right at the base. These aren't glued in as well as you would imagine. But that's the back. That's what the back looks like. I don't have the backs for the others anymore, but that's not what they look like. And they also don't look like this. So this is where it goes in, and then this goes on top, and that's how it stays. But this specific back, it does not exist anywhere that I could find. So the only way I could do this, outside of trying to make my own, is to mod it. And the best way to do that, which I'll display now, first have to make sure I'm using the right cans, because I don't want to destroy the good pair. Okay, so this is out of the way. A lot of extra talking for no reason. I've already made one to show you. This is the pad. That's the attachment it's on. It's already clicked onto this part, but I'll do the whole shenanigans here. So first, grab, is this the right one? This is the right one. I put all three colors on here for mine because I didn't want to choose, and I screwed up a little here. So the screwed up one is what we're using. I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna first grab this thing here. That's the pads. These are from Brainwaves Audio. These are the angled pleather oval angled pads. I also have sheepskin pads, which I recommend more in terms of comfort. I have them on my 99 Classics, but audio quality is more important over isolation. So ear pad choice, sheepskin goes to the better stuff. So right here, where'd the bloody hell it go? Oh, haha, it's right here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this pad out, because it's set down by glue. You can either pull it out, and if it's having a little bit of issue, then you just, let's hope I don't cut myself. There we go. You make a slit, and then the rest kind of basically just tears off. I'm not gonna bother with me editing and stuff because I can't do it. So inside will be revealed a nice thin-ish piece of foam that is good for those. It's too thin for me. I don't like my ears touching the insides. And then I'll keep this for other projects and stuff because art stuff always requires things. And then you do the same for this one because there's 2 layers and this one's a lot easier. So now that you have the main thing out of the way, you have the shell and the skeleton, which is what you needed to begin with. And the best glue that I have discovered is CA glue. I think it's Cyanova Chrylate or something. But what I got here is the medium thick black one by, what's the name here? Starbond. I just went for the best reviews and the best price without breaking the bank. So as cheap as I could, really. This is all black. I didn't know they make color glue. So that's really cool. It's medium thick, so it gives you some time to work with it. I think this is 500 CPS. That's like the viscosity level. And this will last you a while. You don't need a lot. It's like 2 ounces or something. Yeah, and it'll last a while. So first thing you want to do is discover where the back is. This is the back. The protruding edge is where the back will be. And then this empty area is going to be on top of the... this is where it's going to stick to the headphones, the ear pads. And because this is all smooth, the glue might have trouble. So I've got here 100 grit sandpaper, and I'll just roughen up the edges so it grips the glue better. I go over it once and then the other, so it has like a cross marking, you know, the scratches and stuff. So once you have that, you'll have this prepared for gluing, and it'll stick quicker and faster. That's done. Another thing, because these pads aren't just oval, they're angled, and more importantly, they sit on your ear a certain way. So if they were oval, it'd be fine if it was this way or this way, but because it's angled, it has to be specific. This one goes on my right ear because the seam's on the bottom. And then so because I can't really mark here and it's very shaky and whatnot, the first thing I'll use, I have this thing here, I don't know, it's like a box cutter attachment, but it helps keep my pad aligned. And is this right? No, is this right? Because I need to see the bottom, this part. Is I'll make markings on this so I can align this with the bottom. So I'll make them as straight as possible down the center. On all 4 corners so that I have some guidelines, and then I'll not do that to the pad, but I'm going to mark it with pencil. I tried other pens, but they don't stick out as much, and the pencil has the graphite stuff in it that shines in the light against this material. You don't need a lot, just enough to do the job, obviously. So, hey, John Clipper Carp is on. I got Countdown playing in the back. Cass does Countdown, not the original. It's very boring. I can't do it. Alright, so here we go. I got my pencil here. We're gonna align this best we can. I also have to lift it up, so you might not see it for a moment, so I can make sure it's as straight as possible. Once it's on because of the type of glue it is as well. So I have to make sure that I won't be taking it off again. As aligned as possible. So once I think I have it as straight as possible, the ovals are matching up, then I'm gonna set him down, holding it, making sure again it's straight. All life, fun stuff, that's boring stuff. Okay, so now that I have that, I want to make it as equal as possible. It seems to be the case. So I'll set this down here, and then while holding it, mark the edges with the pencil just enough to know where it's going to be sitting, because the glue does set quicker. You don't have too much time, but it's not so less that you can't put it down and remove it if you needed to, at least with this viscosity level. So this is as straight as I can get it. If you can or can't see, I can't tell, there's a massive bright light in my face, and no fancy cameras. And then I've marked, hopefully you can see the edges that I've marked, and if not, I've worded it, so it should be good enough. I don't think anyone will do this, mostly because I did a shit ton of stuff to the V-Modas and nobody ever did that. I don't expect anyone to. I do it for fun and because I want to and like to. But it's okay. So now this is confirmed. That's exactly where it's going to be, and this is as centered as it's going to be. So now we're going to take this fancy piece of glue here. For the longest time I thought it was California glue, and that was annoying me, but CA glue is short for the long name, but it is made in California. This one. Oh no, never mind, take it back. Made in Japan. Good stuff. I like Japanese stuff. So here, it's opened up, you'll squeeze it out, and then I just put it around in little swirls so it spreads over, and I can spread it as I'm applying it. So from what I learned, colored glue, at least by this brand, lasts 20 months, and clear glue lasts 30 months, which is quite nice, these small batches. I had a massive one by Sunbelt Manufacturing, and unfortunately it all dried out. So that's like 2-3 years worth of glue down the drain, but life stuff happens. So okay, so ta-da! And then clean the tip of the glue, and then close it with the pin so it doesn't thingy much. Okay, I do this by hand. I do most shit by hand and raw because I don't care for, and I don't have time for all these safety precautions and what might happen, and I don't become used to the glue burning in my eyes a little bit from the fumes, and more than that, the getting onto my hands and getting sticky. So I'll squeeze it down ever so lightly so it stays, but I don't want it to stick to this cloth here. So once I got it down, I'll flip it over, stick my finger underneath, and press against the plastic. So, oh, I don't need to go that close to the camera. I'll slowly go over the edges and press it to the plastic. Now what I have here, I'm sure it's baking powder and not baking soda. I keep having confusion between the two. Is CA glue works great as an instant bonder if you use a bit of baking powder with it. Pretty sure it's baking powder. And so if I were to wanting to stick two things together and make them like a rock solid and hard, I apply a bit of the powder on top and it'll form this crazy hardcore bond. Maybe I can give an example right now. It was not the plan, but I'll do it anyways. So I'll break this little stick here. I'll break another one, why not? And I'll apply this a little bit here. And then I'll stick this on top. And then I'll hold that for a moment. And then while that is doing that, I'm gonna take this here and apply this here. But this time, I'll have this powder. So I got this here, and then this goes on top, and I squeeze it, and this extra stuff coming out the side, I'll just dip it in here. I would normally spray it on, or like put it on like this, which I'm doing right now, but because of the thingy, I don't need a lot. So it burns a little hot as it's supposed to. So as you can see, if you can see, this is like hardcore. Oh fuck! Oh, ouch! I don't want it on me. I don't want it on me. Okay, it's very, very hard in comparison to this here. If I can get my finger through, very easy. So I highly recommend, if you can manage to fit it in there, the baking powder to use along with the CA glue, because it super bonds the shit out of the stuff you're bonding. So that can be true. No, I'll keep that for later. Okay, I believe this is now done, because I've let it sit here long enough. And we're gonna go over one more time. I should have probably mentioned that. I got distracted and I forgot. Joys of TBI. So this is all good to go. This is all stuck in. You can see it's on completely. I give it a few more minutes. It'll completely bond. It's got the holes here for it to breathe. I thought of putting the powder on here, but I don't want to ruin it. So now that you have this, this is as straight as it can possibly be. And we are going to do this here in one go, because I don't want to do the long process here. This is the cutout. I have one in the back here. That's for where they have the tape to keep this from moving. I made a cutout of this. Where's the headphones? Oh, there we go. Oh, bloody hell, mate. There. So in here, the actual piece looks like this. And it's a very nice thick piece, and it's not the typical oval shape like this that you typically find. So that's the piece of tape to stop it from moving. So naturally, this one goes all the way in, and it fits perfect because it's machine cut, not done by me. And then that piece of memory foam goes in the middle, and then this goes on top. So that's typically how that goes. I'm gonna set that aside. What I did, apart from putting that in, is I did my best to cut out from a pillow this memory foam piece here. And then you fold it. Nope, it's not this way. The wide side goes on the side. Okay, there we go. And we'll stick that in there. Just a little adjustment. And then I got this thing here, and I'll stick that on top. But now, because this is all coming out like this when I wear it, I found my old 3 ampere, which has this here. So I will put this on top and kind of adjust it down a little bit. And then this is the left pad. And this is the right one. This is the left one. So, yeah. So once I put this down and with this cover on top, it'll give me extra protection. So now, ta-da! Very massive. If they weren't ugly looking before, they might be a bit more so now, but it stays on. This, if you pull hard enough, the leather part will tear off. But then again, it's fake leather on top of that, so it's not great to begin with. But you can tear it off if you needed to, and then reuse the base for different pads. But you want to do it correctly, because it's more of a one-time setup. If you don't super glue it right, you're going to have to tear it apart. Yeah, I should have shown my sheepskin pads on the back after I tore them off the V-Moda base, but they're sitting all the way there, and I'd have to remove the pads. I don't want to do all that. So I have this ready, and then this other pad here that's I've got ready. There we go. I'm gonna, nope. What I do with that is right here. Haha. I'll take this, put this on top, and then this is on the bottom, so this is on the bottom. And then this goes on top of that. And then this also clicks in because that's the nice part. I just have to align the damn thing. Oh, haha, I can't because I didn't put this on. My bad. Knew something was missing. There we go. So this keeps it in place. And then left ear, left ear. Oh no, sorry, this is the right ear. Confused myself. There we go. Okay. So that's how they are. I haven't gone beyond this to test how they look once they're on there. So I'm going to do that now. I have attached this extra cover on here. And then I removed the internal soft one that came with it, and I used the pads from the bottom to stick onto this. They don't stick as well, but they stick just enough, and I won't be pulling them out. So you can attach the cans, the earpieces, either with the tongs facing this way or them facing the other way if you want more space. I think that them sticking out would be better because of how massive these pads are. And then you want to put them on sideways. There we go. It's the easiest way. The other way is difficult and it might break. Come on, line up. There we go. So I got this here, and then these are out. I'm gonna turn it. There we go. So now I have these pads that look more massive than they ever did before. However, I'm not gonna lift this up for this. Curious how it feels. It fits perfectly and it works, but because it's not tight enough, I will remove these tongs and I'll turn them inside out so that they fit tighter. Now I imagine there to be some drawbacks or decibel increase because of the different pads I've added. They're more cushiony, they're meant more for headphone listening and enjoyment than isolating, but they have the space I need in my ears without it touching, and this also gives me the opportunity to still listen to IEMs without them getting in the way. So I made a previous video that I shared on Amazon, but Amazon doesn't like me for some reason, so they don't ever approve any of my reviews. So ta-da, now test again. Bloody hell, they're excellent, and I got the countdown playing in the background. Can't hear shit. It is great. So I'm going to now show something else that may or may not work, mostly because I tried it without these pads, not with them. So assuming you don't have the pads, you're not going to bother with them. I'm going to use, I found this case is from the HM500 from Brainwaves. I don't like the headphones, apart from being neutral, this quality thing and blah 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 blah. But why am I removing these pads? Oh, to show you that they can fit in here. So even with my army headband thingy on top, you have this case or a similar headphone case, everything will fit in here, assuming you have these pads for now, because I have no idea how this will work. So I'm gonna put this in here. That's one done. Then this is the other one. Whoops, there we go. And then we have this here, so that's 3. And then the headband will just go right here. So that's all your, I know I have this in here, but as an example, everything fits into here and you can carry your isolation headphones around if you needed to, rather than them just being on you or attached to something else. So now we're going to find out in real time if these work with the massive pads I've attached, because that is the main thing. Hey, they might work. Maybe a little bit of a fit, it's not much. Hey, look at that. Okay, so good news for people who decide, so for me, to add the massive angle pads is it all fits perfectly in here. Nobody in their right minds will want to try and steal noise isolation headphones, mostly because most people don't know about them and they go for cancellation. I don't like cancellation because of feedback. It doesn't block out human frequencies, battery charging issues. I don't like the feedback. It hurts my brain and ears since my accident. So you got it. Here you go. Ta-da, move out of the way, please. And then you'll set it up really quickly, however you need to do that. Oops, haha, that is hilarious. Come on, mate. There we go. That's there. That's there. So you have one side done now, and then you have the other side. Bloody hell. And ta-da. Now you have upgraded, modified, improved noise isolation headphones without having to break the bank or find extra fancy pairs from the more well-known brands that end up having more quality control issues than anything else. Oh, right, I might as well. I made an eye patch out of headphone pads, ear pad. And this is, I have no idea where this came from, but I have it, and I made it into an eye patch. So, ta-da! You can do a lot of shit. All right, cheers, enjoy.